hello again. We continue forward with this adventure. However, I have been tinkering with the mod here, so a lot of my items are now broken, or have the wrong names, even though they have the right effects. So I've been kind of fixing different issues all across the mod. And so to preface this gameplay with some of those changes, one of the things is I have changed it so that belts now have a small magical level bonus. So a light belt is a higher level for affixes than, say, a sash. So if I go in here and you can see some stuff here. So this light belt is a higher level behind the scenes for affixes than, say, a sash. And then this russet belt here, russet would be fire resist. The regular belt instead of the light belt is a slightly higher level for qualitative level of affixes here as well. This is how circlets and tiaras work in Diablo 2. They have a magic level behind the scenes where they just get a slight bonus of like 3 or 5 or 7 levels so that they can roll some modifiers a little earlier than other things. So belts will be able to roll some different modifiers from gloves and shields and helmets and such from just a couple levels before. I believe it's just like 2, 5, 7, something like that. Just kind of incrementally, just a few points here and there. And then sashes are the base level of 0. So one of the things I've added is I don't have it here. Let's see if we can find it there. Probably won't find it in here. Nah, we're not going to find it in there. But there is now an all stats affix like Diablo 1. All stats is also found in, I believe, Path of Exile, specifically on like amulets and stuff as a base value. So all stats was in Diablo 1, and I wanted to add that back in. You can also get negative all stats, just as you get like negative mana. And I will be adding, I have not yet done it, but I will be adding in vitality and energy negatives and positives, as well as the health and mana. And I may just make it stats only, so it's just the vitality stat instead of plus 50 mana or plus 50 health. You might have like plus 16 vitality or something like that. So you might not have as even of number. I'm debating on whether I want both in there, because it does kind of clutter the pool. And with the changes that I made to vitality and energy being the same across all characters, it may not be worth having it. I don't know. It does communicate something different to see plus 50 life than plus 16 vitality. So there's a communicative value there that I am unsure about. I have gone through, and magic is now the name of this stat. It's no longer called energy in the game. So this is just a string edit, text edit, and should exist anywhere that energy normally would have existed. There's just, I think, 2 strings that govern this. I will be changing this in the future probably to spirit. So have vitality and spirit instead of vitality and magic, so that I can kind of call it a little bit more of a generic stat instead of just purely a magical stat. Just kind of move some stuff out of the way here. And then previously we had the Staff of Kings. We need the amulet from the Viper Temple, and some of my gear, for whatever reason, is now broken and no longer works on my current level. Nothing that I can see about these affixes should be requiring level 34, so I'm not sure exactly what broke, but I know that because I messed with the affix table, anything is possible, and it just gets really confused sometimes. I haven't really messed with skills too much since last time. One of the things that I have messed with, let's get some more stats here. Let's just do that, because the Viper Temple's scary. So one of the things I have changed is that skills now require less levels That was a change I intended to do before I started this run, but I forgot to do it. I really don't like these jumpers. There we go. Go away. These dudes, like, jump every time you hit them with anything. Apparently I do no damage to them. I'm not sure what that's all about. There we go. So since I am playing on single player, I don't have completely random maps here. They're static, which is nice. Okay, please just stop. Just go away. So skills here, like Inferno costs level 5 now, Fireball is level 10. So not a huge change, but it should help kind of offset some things there. I just feel like the game should be a little bit faster paced in some ways. Not necessarily combat, but just being able to access things, especially because of my mana changes, where if a skill is a higher level skill, it'll cost more mana or resource to... we want to go this way, I believe. So you can see, like, Fireball is 5 mana cost. That's actually wrong. It hasn't been changed. It needs to be changed. But, like, Firebolt is 6 mana cost. And Firebolt actually decreases like Diablo 1. So it decreases as you level it up. Whereas in Charge Bolt does not decrease. And stays 6 at all ranks. Ooh. Let's see what we can do here. We might be able to get something out of this room. A lot of little dudes. No, big dudes. And nothing. That's not what I'm trying to click. And little babies popping out. Go away. There we go. So yeah, reduced cost in some of these levels of skills here will be increasing the mana cost on most of those. I didn't get around to changing the masteries yet, but I'm not at a level that matters. So I will be able to get them at level 25 when I get there instead of level 30. So just a slight change. I like the idea of manipulating the skill tree a little bit more in the sense of being able to access things sooner based on just traversal instead of based on level or investment or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of the investment strategy in, say, Borderlands, where you have to, I think it's Borderlands, that you have to level up like 5 points or something to go to the next tier. This feels just as restrictive as just waiting for a level to me. Don't really enjoy it too much. You know, as with everything, just a lot of personal opinions here with game mechanics. I would rather just be able to traverse the tree itself and having these requirements be the cost of the traversal instead of having, say, level requirements or other things. Even if it's like a quest requirement, I think is okay, personally, or even being able to find like a random book like Diablo 1. Having to choose between two talents or skills is also totally preferred. Like maybe like Dota's talents or Heroes of the Storm's talent trees, or roguelike Hades or Halls of Torment or something where you have to choose between two things. Being able to come back and, of course, choosing them later. But I think skill trees in general, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff out there. I want to do a video about skill trees overall. Kind of the history of them eventually. History and examples of, like, different things. It's a lot easier for me to just do kind of a let's play of Diablo than it is to actually sit down and do a lot of the edited content that I want to do eventually, because that is a lot more time consuming. You know, 2 hours of Diablo is 2 hours of Diablo, whereas in this is very scary. I don't like this. A lot of poison. But yeah, 2 hours of Diablo versus, say, you know, 8 hours sitting down, editing video and voice recording different situations, doing research. I'm just not there yet. Just not there yet. I'll get there. But yeah, I'd love to do a video about like the history of some of that stuff. History and examples of like skill trees and their evolution in different video games and how they've kind of shifted and grown and stuff.
I can't carry anymore.
I do believe Diablo 2 is one of the, if not the first video game with a major skill tree like this, inspired by real-time strategy games. I have to double check my notes on that, though. Ooh, gnarled staff. What is this?
I am overburdened.
Oh, come on. Attack rating and no staff mod. I'm not sure what causes the staff mod to not spawn, but that's weird. So let's see, what else have I done? So I did the all stats thing, I did some skill stuff. I fixed the potion drops, so we shouldn't be seeing regular potions until later in Act 2. We'll be stuck with like light potions for the time being. And let's see here. Oh yeah, I fixed a bunch of like kind of some weapon issues, some stat effects on weapons that I just didn't have time to get to previously. Just trying to clean up the mod since I know a lot of people are looking at the patch notes. And I've created a second patch note file, which is more exhaustive of all the changes. It may not be perfectly accurate. I'll have to go through some of the individual character stat type things to make sure that a lot of that has been updated to be more accurate. Like a lot of the spells or skills that previously increased in mana cost no longer do, or no longer planned to do so. So that's no longer supposed to be that way. I really don't like these leapers. Holy cow, they're annoying. Frost armor doing its work there. This is not ethereal. Oh, yes. It is not ethereal. Okay, what can we put in this? What do we want to put in this? Got an 87% chance to hit. Starting to kind of run out of mana here. Might be eventually valuable to just let go of the staff here. We could get some all resistance here. I'll probably do that. So stuff like all stats, for example, will not spawn on everything. It'll most likely spawn on things like amulets, rings, belts, and like two-handers. Give two-handers some love. that they can kind of spawn some different things there. And that's just to offset the fact that like a shield can do so many things, resists and such. Now if we can find the correct direction to move. There we go.
It's locked.
So you'll see that I'm still getting light potions and minor potions here. That is intended. So I'm glad that's working. I did change the values of these though. So this health potion now does 101. Just in general, you'll see that the minor potions are a little bit stronger. Some of the differences are actually more noticeable. So, for example, these minor potions are now 1/4 of your maximum. That's true for health potions as well. 1/4 of the maximum instead of something like 6/16 is what it previously was. But on top of that, it will also give something like 15. 15 for mana, 30 for health. So this would be 6/16, 2 steps up to 2/16 up every time. So 3/8 or so, you know, you get the idea. So this allows it so that as you find these health potions, as you're finding these mana potions, you're keeping up with what you need. So 60 and 88. You can see that that's actually a meaningful difference. Kind of, I mean, it's about a 50% difference. Not quite. So 60 and 90 would be a 50% difference. I am still moving very slowly through this because of the... these boots are no longer useful because they're broken. That is an extremely good shield for defense. Magic find items. Faster hit recovery of 24%. And fire resistance. So I don't really care about 74 armor on that. What have we got in here? Anything? No. We do need potions really badly, though. Can I buy identify scrolls from you? I forget. Nope. I gotta go with the potion guy. Okay.
Hello.
I'm just looking for something here to fit in my left hand. 13 mana based on level, 24 mana, 23 mana, 24 mana, 46 mana. Let's just do that. 46 mana. That's not nothing, to say the least. So let's see if there's any good shields in here. 33% enhanced defense from superior. Poison length reduction would be really good. 2 sockets is really good on a shield. Bone shields are really weak, I think, by default. They seem to have a high hit recovery is pretty good too. Another hit recovery. I think I'm going to go with the defense straight up. As mentioned before, having any form of increase in maximum mana also increases your mana regeneration, and then percentage mana regeneration enhances that further. So that 46 or whatever mana regen, or max mana there that I got is actually quite valuable, even in the sense of regen as a percentage or whatever. That's not where I want to go. We learn teleport, level 15. We can. I had skill points for it. I might want to do that. It might speed this up quite a bit. Some early affixes got fixed, so a few more. That's not going to affect this run per se, but a few more of the affixes that could roll will roll a couple levels earlier, or have like slightly less level requirements, so you're not getting... Oh, jeez. Poison is powerful. So you're not getting a bunch of stuff that you can't use early on because you rolled it on a ring and it's level 4 requirement. Now you got to level up 3 times. So, you know, the idea would either be that you don't see it or you do see it, but it is more freebie. I'll probably end up reverting the change on arrows, making arrows actually consume quantity again. I've made a note in the patch information, the mod patch, but I would really love to see like durability on bows instead of just simply arrows. You know, Path of Exile doesn't use durability on bows, doesn't use durability at all, but doesn't use ammo on bows, I mean. So I think it'd be... Oh, that's the exit where I want to go. I'm actually not wearing gloves at the moment because those are broken. I didn't get around to making keys single quantity.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. Let's see here. Faster hit recovery. We did get more faster hit recovery, so we could throw like a... I don't know, something in that instead. I don't know what my breakpoints are, but 24% right there is pretty good. I don't know that I need a ton. Just enough. So this dungeon might be interesting. I don't know if the enemies have good attack rating, so it might actually end up being that they cannot hit us very well. It could also be the opposite, where they can hit us quite well. And nothing changes. That hurt. Let's not do that. Ring. Oh, an amulet. Don't really need gold at the moment. That was a bad door open.
I am overburdened. I can't.
Oh yeah, I worked on some stat stuff for weapons and updated the crossbow system. So when I say crossbow system, I mean basically how they work or some different aspects of them. So crossbows are now a lower stat requirement. Originally they were really high strength requirement. I don't think a lot of people use the later level crossbows at all, outside of maybe like Bariza. And so like I wanted to kind of modify that a little bit. Sacred Globe here.
Possible.
Oh, don't care. Sash. Could be good. 5 to strength is good. So I'm not using crossbows in this run by any means, but that one's ethereal. Don't really care for that. Oh, the other one back. There we go. But crossbows now have a lower requirement as well as a lower stat gain. Stat ratio of damage. So you're not going to get as much out of a crossbow, but you are going to get more of an even amount. So it's 70% for strength or dexterity. Oh my gosh. He just took like all my health in one hit. He's cursed, but still, holy cow. That was mildly scary. I wasn't paying enough attention even to notice that I was being hit that hard. But this means crossbows scale worse. I'm going to be doing more with crossbows. I wanted to make them a little bit more of a alternative bow than just simply there. And historically, crossbows were extremely easy to use comparative to a regular bow. They don't require as much strength, technically. Typically having some kind of crank mechanism or being able to be pulled against your body. Bows in historical sense were able to required, excuse me, more of diligence and training. So, but crossbows in the mod will do have now. They did before, but they do have more fixes, changes to this, where their bolts, their ammo is shorter ranged. So if you're using a crossbow, you're going to have good average damage. You're going to have kind of good base damage, and require less stats to wield them, to wear them, and stuff like that. But they'll have slightly different stat scaling compared to a bow, and hopefully have some offsets there. I can't do it for every projectile, as far as I'm aware, but for the base projectiles like multi-shot, the crossbow will have shorter range. So if you're using like fire arrow with it, then you'll technically have the normal range of the fire arrow. So I can't really fix that aspect. It's a bit more limited. Oh geez, he's lightning enchanted and very angry. might be the end of the run. This might be the end of the run. Stop knocking me back. Oh, no, no, no. 3 life. We got out with 3 life.
Allow me to advise you.
Okay, keeping the faster hit recovery was probably a smart idea. I'm probably hitting a breakpoint around 24%, but yeah, that's... We're seeing that this is capping out pretty hard at 100 health here.
I am overburdened. Impossible.
Possible. What's in there? Oh, that. I don't know that I need the crystal sword for anything, so we'll just grab that. I don't know what even enrolled there. Maximum damage, enhanced damage, poison damage, dexterity, attack rating. Bunch of junk, really. I mean, they're all good by themselves, but still a bunch of junk.
I am overburdened. I can't carry
I
anymore.
just want the health potion. No? Don't even have room for the health potion.
Who would have thought that such primitive beings could cause so much trouble?
Right? Gosh. Primitive beings.
I can't.
Okay, let's
Impossible.
just take something out. There. I'm bad at this Tetrising.
Good day.
I mean, these are kind of bugged gloves at this point. I don't know if I care to... Well, I can almost wear them again. Not very good for defense, but the dexterity and attack rating is probably going to be the difference of survival in certain circumstances. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of that faster hit recovery on the belt. That's too good right now. Nothing probably worthwhile in equipping here. Anyway. Put that there. Put that there. Get this here. Maybe put... We have another red gem. We do not. How dare we not have another red gem? We do, however, have this. And that. And I will do that. There we go. 51 to life. Beautiful. We'll just go back to the waypoint here. Oh, no. We need to... Oh, I hope this isn't bugged.
Oh. I have heard. You may not pass. Good day.
Oh, I don't remember if this can be done by just going to the waypoint and back. I hope so. Oh my gosh. Having.
Yes? You may not.
Oh, we have to talk to Drognon.
I've been...
Okay. I think I just forgot the order, maybe?
When the trouble...
There we go. What's the chance of a horror mage hitting me? Nah, 5%? Yeah, so there's another mage enemy I need to fix. Just don't have the attack rating. And if I could, I would make it so that they would have the attack rating only on, you know, specific abilities. So like certain abilities would have a really high chance to hit, while others don't. But a lot of these enemies really only have one ability, so it doesn't really matter. Attacker takes damage of 11. More news at 11. Something I'll probably do, I've not yet done for this mod, is the... Why can I not click this? There we go. I would like to see some rarer modifiers like bleed or crit actually be able to pop up on weapons, but making it so that it's maybe not a super powerful late game modifier or something like that is also kind of my goal. So you might be able to have some 10% this or 10% that pop up on some items without having to focus on it or hunt it down in the late game. Because a lot of uniques have way more than 10%, and right now it is locked to uniques, and I think that's fine. I don't think that's like an issue per se, but there's going to be a bunch of enemies behind one of these doors. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please. Yeah, so like I was saying, probably going to be a bunch of enemies behind one of these doors as I walked through it way too quickly. Archers tend to have really high accuracy, and they hurt. Although I will say that I am not a big fan of a few games that I'm aware of having strangely high stagger rates on arrows. I get that if you get hit by an arrow, you're going to stagger. But there's a surprising amount of stagger on some of the arrows in Diablo. Diablo 2, Diablo 1, as well as Salt and Sanctuary games that I'm so familiar with also tend to have a lot of stagger on their arrows, to the point that you can get staggered out of like a drop attack, which feels really weird. If you're doing a drop attack, you definitely shouldn't be getting completely staggered by a single arrow that does, you know, 2 damage out of 100 or something. Level 3. I don't remember what level. Ah, it's this level. Gotta go to the center. Okay, that's winding a little bit. And more friends. Get me through the portal. I just want to get through the portal. Please. Ha ha ha.
This place actually distorts reality. Fascinating.
Okay, I just need a breather for a moment here. So I'm definitely getting to a point where my character is having a really hard time surviving. It is hardcore, so if I die, I am gone for good. Don't know what I want to put in this helmet. I'm also relatively under-leveled. Probably should be about level 20, maybe 22 here. I think that is a minor, very small flaw in some aspects of Diablo-likes, where you can get to an area and be kind of under-leveled because you know where you're supposed to go, or because you picked the right path on accident. And, feels bad a lot of the time. It's a feel-bad mechanic. The attack rating thing comes into play, where your level and their level compare, and when comparing character level... Okay, I apparently need that extra strength. We are running out of attack rating here, so let's get some more attack rating. Not much. But my hit chance right now is going to be very weak based on if these enemies are higher level than me. Or even equal level to me. So that's not a big fan of that. I would love to see like more of a Grim Dawn style evasion, offensive defensive ability. Diablo 1 minus the level calculation aspect of magic. See, there we go. We got a mana potion, a regular mana potion in the right spot. Just, it's supposed to be here. 2 sockets and ethereal. I might have to wear that. Faster hit recovery. Let's see here. Let's go with more life, and I would like. Let's get some attack rating in this thing. Do I have a better diamond? I can make a better diamond. I do have a better diamond. If you've never played Diablo 2, you'll probably have no idea what I'm doing right now. But you can combine 3 gems together in the cube and create a higher level gem, and then do that over and over until you have the max level gem. There we go. So a shield right now would be pretty good. But I'm going to just shove this there. We'll keep that for later. Probably sell it, but keep it for later. Yeah, let's put a point in there. We'll go grab a teleport soon. Yeah, that helped our attack rating quite a bit, I think. Eh, 84 to 86. I guess not. Leveling up to level 19 is probably what affected our hit chance there more than literally anything else. Pick it up. There we go. Wouldn't it be nice if the first place I checked was the correct place? I doubt it. That would be nice. All poison stuff. This thing probably has a lot of lightning resistance. There's no way I'm hitting it with that much damage and it's surviving without lightning
I am
resistance.
overburdened.
More defense. Well, I can wear that again. Short bow. Eventually I'll get a file up to show a lot of the changes to the affix system. I don't know how I'm going to display that, but just the availability of probably a bunch of stuff there. So like you can get up to positive 20 alt stats at something like level 67 on gear, but it will require a little bit of luck, a bunch of levels, and of course plus 20 to all stats is really something like plus 80 to given stat, so it's quite powerful. Kind of. It's kind of equivalent that. Not entirely equivalent, but kind of. I will go with this episode until we find the next waypoint, which could be 10 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. There's 4 paths. Let's see if we get lucky. Walking around forever. I do believe I have the fix for mana burn on this. I don't know if it's documented, but in the original game, mana burn did something like 64 times what it was supposed to do. Which is kind of a lot. So I think those enemies are supposed to like burn 5 mana or something like that, but instead they were burning like 32 times or 64 times or something. It was some kind of bit shift calculation error, or at least that's, I think, what was assumed. I want to say that Diablo 2 Resurrected has actually fixed it, so I think that would assume that it was an actual bug. Maybe? Hang on. I don't know. Depending on if they actually said it was. Nope, there's a trap. That means it's not the right room. There's also treasure chests and very obvious enemies here. Structure of the room, but you get the
I am overburdened.
idea. Ooh.
Carry anymore.
I want to see what's in that. 5 to strength, 15 to mana. I mean, it's kind of good, I guess. Need 1 point into strength to wear my helmet, though. Literally 31 strength.
I am overburdened.
Let's grab this and just throw it in there. Let's see, would that actually be good for an assassin? Hit causes monsters to flee feels like it would be really bad. That might be a modifier I want to make be a little bit less common on a melee. I made knockback less common, but still possible on like two-handers. So you could, I think it's like two-handers and regular bows can get knockback, and then I think crossbows might be able to roll piercing. Just like a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Give me just a second. Okay. Set now. So something I'll probably do in the future is frozen armor needs to be stronger. In my opinion, I think it should be stronger, but I don't want it to just be necessarily strong percentage only. So it might have some minor flat defensive bonus or something like that. Oops, that is not the right button.
I can't carry anymore.
I'm still seeing some minor potions here, which is fine. That's expected. We're seeing some good gold drops here as well. I have a feeling this is not the correct direction. Because my luck will always be the fourth place that I check. A note about this charged bolt is I am actually doing less damage than I probably would be normally, because I could pump up the damage with like lightning here or even chain lightning with synergies. Instead, I'm getting that bonus from magic, and I'm only getting like 7-8% or something damage bonus here. So you can see that like my changes here are not necessarily buffs. A lot of the changes I've done are either kind of neutral or even nerfs for a lot of things. I am thinking that I will probably upgrade the amount of damage that you can get out of the magic stat, or what I'm probably going to change it to the spirit stat. Because I want this investment to be valuable, and I want to keep mana at like 1.5 per point. So I don't want it to be... I want it to be kind of a double stat. You're kind of leveling it for the damage, you're kind of leveling it for the mana. But that should give it value, I hope, for actually leveling it up. Because you're probably not going to do more than 200 of most stats unless you're really going glass cannon. But then this encourages... Oh, did we get it? Is this the room? No, I don't think it is. Nope. We did not do it. Oh, what did we find? Flawed topaz. Okay, bye. Not gonna deal with you guys. Go away. About halfway to the next level, which allows us to, we're gonna take teleport next. The teleport costs quite a bit more mana, but you can see that I am just dumping points into that, so. I know most people would never do that. They'd go life all the way, and I'm gonna chug mana potions, and that might still be the correct way to play. We'll have to see. Oh, I want that healing potion. There we go. And like I guessed, it'll be the last one. It's always the last one. If you've played Diablo 2, you know it's always going to be the one you didn't choose.
I am overburdened.
But you can see some of the aspect of like these gems are giving me more health than probably a lot of points into vitality would do. I mean, we're getting 17 health there, 51 health here. That's 68. So, you know, that's something like, oh, what is that? 22, 23 points into vitality. And same thing is true with like the chipped sapphires and stuff. They're giving quite a bit. And I may want to nerf the sapphires and nerf anything that gives mana, as I've got a kind of a ratio going on here where health is 3.0 and mana is 1.5. So I may want to keep that ratio going for the gems as well. Maybe not directly or perfectly. So... like, for example, maybe this, instead of being 10 and 10, it's like, I don't know, 8 and 10. So it's a little bit weaker, but it's still a really good, you know, socketable choice. It's still stronger than just putting points directly into magic or spirit. These enemies leech mana, the flying dudes, so they always drop mana potions pretty much. They drop, I think it's like Magic C, Act 2 Magic C, which can either drop like a scroll or a potion, a mana potion, or one of the two scrolls. And so that's why they're constantly dropping mana potions. I know this because I was just in there messing with mana potion drops and health potion drops. There you go. Now you know why that happens. There's 3 drop pools that drop potions. There's potion, there's H potion, and there's magic. And magic is related to kind of category of items, I guess, if you will. But it's just one of the 2 scrolls or a potion of some form for mana. So you see Scroll of Identify. I could probably do some more educational stuff on Diablo 2. I've got some knowledge here that I could share. I know other people have probably shared those, so don't know how valuable it would be to break some stuff down, but like how like item drops for work or some different things like that might be interesting to some of y'all. While my channel is very focused on mechanics, this mod will probably be the background noise for the foreseeable future of this channel. So I might do a run of Secrets of Grindia, because I'm already doing a run of Secrets of Grindia, though that is an edited run, and this is not. Let's see, chain boots. Not really very useful.
It's locked.
And that's a locked chest. So, for example, we can see that the square is the icon that we need, and that's the one that's missing right here, basically. There's always one missing.
I need a key.
I don't know that it's necessarily on the left side or anything, just that it's not in these six here. So that is the true tomb of Shalrasha. Not sure how that would have actually like kept anyone out, since, you know, you can just check all 7 of them.
Faith, I feel good to see you.
Okay, quest completed. I'll stash that for later, because this is a good helmet, but that might still be better. I'm going to sell this other helmet, though. Actually not bad. I don't care about that. I don't actually care about that, because the 6 strength is probably more important than the extra 10 mana. Especially on an item, so that I can, like, not commit to it. We're not finding a lot of runes, and they should be dropping a lot faster and more than normal, so maybe not more, but I don't know. We're just not finding a lot of runes. It's weird. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. I'll go tackle Alrash's tomb next time, and I'll keep you posted. But yeah, check out the patch notes. There's the overview, which is about 4 pages of just kind of some various really high-level global changes, and then there is a 20-page patch note, full patch notes that is linked inside of that. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed. And also a special mention, as I've been recording today, Hades 2 did release into early access. So I probably won't be covering a lot of Hades 2 stuff in the near future. I'm trying to get done with like the Grindia run, and I'm trying to kind of continue forward with this run. And I won't know everything about Hades 2 until I played through it first. So just don't expect too much out of like the Hades 2 stuff for me for right now. I might do a video to like show like new weapons or new stuff that's been exposed, but it's gonna be not right away. So, but anyway, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed.